You can't roll on carpet. I just don't get much speed. I can't get much speed. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm in a slightly different space. And also I've realised I've not done a proper sit down talky talk one-on-one vid in a long time. A lot of my videos have been like running around doing things, but today we're just gonna get back to basics. And yeah, I want to let you guys know what my plans now are. As you probably know if you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, watch my latest video, I've basically told the world I'm now a graduate. Which feels so weird to say, like literally
so strange.
As you can see, my law degree has stayed very close to me. I have already framed it and put it on my desk. Just to remind myself that, you know, 3 years of like crying, sweat and tears were worth it. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. And because I have now graduated officially, it's time to start thinking about next steps, where I'm moving forward, and basically what I intend to do with my life. I'm basically in kind of an abyss of the unknown, but I do have a plan. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So basically my plan for this video is to let you guys know my plan for like the next 12 months and also let you know some of my future goals and milestones that I want to hit in the future so that you can follow along with me and everything I'm doing makes sense and that you feel caught up on my life. I said that much better than I thought. So, as any law student may know, or if you're not a law student, I'll tell you right now, the first really big question that you need to ask yourself when you finish a law degree is what path you're going to take. And there are pretty distinct paths in law, and the first question is whether you want to be a barrister or whether you want to be a solicitor. And just to kind of distinguish, a barrister is an individual who represents their client in court. So they're kind of what you traditionally see in like courtroom dramas. They wear wigs, they wear huge robes. A solicitor doesn't tend to represent clients in court. A solicitor will work with their clients closely to build up a case, try and understand the legal problem, do more analytical work, and then if the case at hand ends up having to go to court, they will then get in contact with a barrister. That's a very simplistic explanation, but hopefully that makes sense. And the reason why it's so important to distinguish between being a barrister and a solicitor is that the qualification process is actually pretty different. I think if you want to be a barrister, you have to do an equivalent to the bar exam. I don't know very much on it because, yeah, spoiler, I don't really want to be a barrister. And if you want to be a solicitor, you have to do the legal practice course, the LPC, which I talked about in my previous law video. This has got complex very quickly. And I hope it's making sense. So as you might be guessing at this point, the end goal for this whole process, my whole law degree, everything I'm doing, the end goal is to be a corporate solicitor. So I want to do commercial work, I want to work in London with really big, exciting clients. So that's the very, very end goal. But, and this is a big but, there are many, many steps and hurdles that I need to overcome before I can reach that goal. And that's what I kind of really hope to be documenting over the next year and the next 12 months, because these will probably be the most challenging few months where I'm trying to make it in the world of law. I'm trying to get out there and become the lawyer that I want to be. There's always gonna be Okay, so to set out a timescale really, really quickly, you start with your law degree in your undergraduate degree, which is 3 years long at law school in the UK. You then have to move on to your legal practice course, which is your qualification period, which basically bridges the gap between law school and actually working in a law firm. So the LPC is 6 months or 12 months long. The 6 months is basically like an accelerated version of the 12 months course. Once you finish your LPC, you need to get a training contract. Now, a training contract is a 2-year long qualification period within a law firm, and then you're finally a qualified associate, which is the last step. Okay, so to recap, you have law school, LPC, training contract for 2 years, then you're an associate. That's like the 4-stage process to becoming a qualified solicitor, a proper lawyer. So with all of that in perspective, I'm now going to tell you what the next 12 months have in store for me. So obviously, ding ding, I've now finished my law school portion. I now need to move on to the LPC portion. However, I've actually decided to take 6 months off before I start any more of my law work. So basically, between now and Christmas, I have like all of that time off. And I have some really cool plans actually. I'm going traveling in Asia, Bali, Australia. I'm doing some really cool stuff, which don't worry, I'm taking you all with me. So the next 6 months is gonna be And then I start my LPC, so I start the whole qualification process in January. And I'm actually doing the 6 months program, so it's an accelerated program. And I'm actually doing a master's in business at the same time. So I'm doing a 6 months LPC with a master's in business course from like next January to next July. And I hope that kind of gives you some excitement because I'm kind of going back to law school. So I'm no longer an undergraduate, but I go back and I study at a university. It's still a relatively academic course, so I'm gonna have to do like 9 to 5 studying. I have final exams at the end. So for those of you that said you were gonna miss my study vlogs, yeah, I'm kind of going back to uni and I'm still gonna have to revise for exams. I'm still probably gonna get stressed about deadlines. So yeah. Next year I'm going to be doing a lot of studying still, so the study vlogs are going nowhere. And then hopefully when I pass my LPC next July, I have a few weeks off, and then I start my full-time training contract next September. So we're talking quite far in the future at this point, but basically September 2019, I start my full-time job and I start my 2-year training contract. So this time next year I'll probably be very nervous. I'll have hopefully finished my LPC, and I'll be a few weeks away from starting my full-time job at a law firm. Whew. So the next 12 months are gonna be pretty crazy, and that's why I'm so glad that I've really got back into this YouTube channel. If you don't care about law at all, don't worry. I'm not gonna be doing just law vids from now on. I'm hopefully doing one kind of like lifestyle vid a week and one law vid a week, because I feel like I have learned a lot over the past 3 years, especially with making applications to law firms, knowing which law schools to apply to, admissions tests, and I feel like I do have a lot to say and can help a lot. I'm going to try my hardest to make the most simplistic, easy to follow help videos ever. But then if you're not interested in law, I'm still going to do all of my normal, very creative videos. I have quite a few videos planned coming up, which should hopefully be quite funny and quite exciting, so there's a lot to look forward to. And yeah, I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for the content that's going to be made. So stay tuned, and I will see you very, very soon.